continues. We have some really nice weather headed our way for the Memorial Day weekend, but before we get there, some strong to severe storms are possible. We've declared a severe weather alert day, and meteorologist Evan Hatter has more on what to expect. Evan?
Well, you may look outside and see the gorgeous sunshine and think, well, what do you mean severe weather? It's beautiful and sunny outside. Well, we're watching a cold front begin to push into the mountains, not necessarily for tonight, but for tomorrow. That's where our greatest chance is, but I can't rule out some stronger storms tonight. You see the current image. Let's get the refreshed image from the Mountain Parkway at Slade. Sunshine out there, but a few fair weather clouds trying to bubble up this afternoon into something not so fair out there. Mid-80s right now at Buffalo Mountain in Perry County. You can actually see the southwesterly breezes really working to bring warm and moist air into the mountains. Not that we need much warmer and much more moist, because we've got temperatures in the mid-80s around the region. How about Manchester and Irvin checking in at 86 right now? So that's where we'll continue to see warmer air pushing in. Dew points are in the 60s, so we've got the energy around. We've got the fuel for showers and thunderstorms working into the mountains as we head into today. And in fact, already starting to see a couple of clouds try to bubble up into some showers and storms across the mountains. They're not having a real easy go of it right now, but if you're in downtown Louisa, you're likely about to catch a couple of sprinkles as that begins to develop. But out to the west, that's where they've been most prevalent today. Nothing severe out in what was once in central Kentucky, now into southern Indiana, but we're going to continue to watch the potential for more showers and storms developing. You see some of those lines out to the or down to our south. More of that forcing on the way as we head through tonight. Showers and storms will be with us mid-60s overnight with those scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'll have the very latest, though, on when our greatest potential for severe weather moves in coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. 6 arrests were recently made in Floyd and Pike counties, 3 connected to a prior crime and 3 others on several warrants. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from multiple law enforcement agencies that were involved in the arrests.
On May 14th, Terry Rogers, Tammy DeLong, and Benjamin Tackett were seen on surveillance at the Pikeville mini storage during a burglary. Tackett and DeLong were arrested just days after by Pikeville PD. Rogers' address and information about the crime were given to the Floyd County Sheriff's Office.
We think that this is the guy's residence. We're sure we got an arrest warrant for this guy. He was with these other 2. Got the video, got the still pictures of them doing the act. Breaking into the facility.
On Sunday, Floyd County Sheriff's deputies working with Pikeville Police tracked Rogers to his home in Floyd County.
So there was meth, obviously it was the large, and then there was some marijuana along with it. Of course, the digital scales and some paraphernalia that is used for the distribution of illegal drugs.
The 2 agencies arrested Rogers for the burglary in Pike County. Rogers also picked up drug trafficking and possession charges in Floyd County.
It is 100% total team effort, and it takes everybody. It takes all of us.
Collaborating across county lines in an effort to protect and serve across the Big Sandy. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Sheriff Hunt also said 3 other men at the home were arrested with 20 combined warrants. Sheriff's deputies and Pikeville police were also assisted by troopers from KSP Post 9. Today marks the 2nd anniversary of the police killing of George Floyd. Floyd died in Minneapolis in 2020 after a police officer knelt on his neck for more than 9 minutes while he was lying on his stomach during an arrest. Video taken by a bystander showed Floyd desperately pleading for them to let him breathe and calling for his mother before he lost consciousness and died. Floyd's death sparked outrage, leading to an international protest movement against the way some police treat black citizens. All 4 officers involved in the incident were fired and charged after Floyd's death. The latest school shooting has reignited the ongoing debate over gun control legislation. CBS's Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill.
I pass the mic to
Texas Governor Greg Abbott was updating the press about the murder of 19 school children in Uvalde, when Democratic candidate Beto O'Rourke interrupted, calling for new gun safety laws.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Democrats on Capitol Hill say they're unrepentant in their demands that now is the time to pass new laws to try to prevent more mass shootings.
We're the only civilized nation on earth that watches our citizens, our children gunned down, and we do nothing to prevent it from happening again. We're cowards if we don't act. Cowards.
There are some Republicans who say they'll support new laws.
I certainly hope that the Senate will take action. This was a horrific crime.
Democrats would need 10 Republicans to join them to pass new legislation. They don't have the votes. Republicans say the Senate should focus on mental health laws instead.
I think any weapon is dangerous. Any firearm is potentially dangerous in the hands of a deranged lunatic. At the end of the day, the issue here is not the firearm, it's the lunatic.
But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he will bring gun safety laws up for a vote no matter what.
We are going to vote on gun legislation. The American people are tired of moments of silence, tired of the kind words offering thoughts and prayers.
But there is little support for new gun laws among Republican voters, making action out of Congress highly unlikely. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Senator Schumer says he's open to including gun safety amendments into the domestic terrorism bill, which could come up for a vote tomorrow. However, Senate Republicans appear poised to block that bill from coming up for a final vote. The legislation would authorize special offices within the government to investigate and monitor domestic terrorism. Opinions of the U.S. Supreme Court have headed south since the leak of the draft opinion that could result in the overturning of Roe v. Wade. In March, 54% of Americans polled have said they approved of the Supreme Court. Now, 54% of Americans polled say they disapprove of the High Court. The new survey was taken a week after the court's draft opinion went public. Walmart faces some backlash over ice cream. Walmart is apologizing for selling Celebration Edition Juneteenth ice cream. It was the store's attempt to commemorate Juneteenth, the oldest U.S. celebration of the end of slavery. Many saw it as a form of corporate cultural appropriation of the black community. Walmart has removed the ice cream from its stores. The FDA is outlining missteps the agency took responding to contamination issues at a Michigan factory at the center of the baby formula shortage. FDA Commissioner Robert Califf says changes need to be made across the board, adding that part of the FDA's delay in inspecting the plant was because of a COVID outbreak at the Abbott facility. He also addressed the agency's delay in reviewing an October whistleblower complaint alleging safety violations at the plant. The whistleblower was not interviewed until December. Lawmakers expressed their outrage.
I'm actually pretty furious about the FDA's lack of food safety leadership, communication, and action.
I don't understand how the FDA can justify 3 months to respond to this crisis.
The hearing coincides with the arrival of a second shipment of baby formula from Europe. Abbott executives say after the company restarts production next month, it will be able to produce more formula than before the recall. There is a continued need for foster parents here in eastern Kentucky. Hope Hill Youth Services is looking for more volunteers to house children and young adults. Since the COVID-19 pandemic began, Hope Hill has had a significant decrease in foster parents. Because of this, Programming Director Mashawna Cottle says they have a lot of children, but not a lot of homes.
We're just really in a crisis. We need to get people trained and willing to take children and specifically teens.
If you're interested in becoming a foster parent, you can visit hopehill.org. Groundwork for the final house being built in a subdivision by the Housing Development Alliance for low-income folks in Hazard began today. WYMT's Jade Saylor is at the construction site to see how things are progressing.
Hazard Development Alliance workers are digging the last footer in Gurney's Bend only a little more than 1 year after the project kicked off. On May 11th, 2021, Housing Development Alliance partnered with the City of Hazard with the goal of building 15 new homes for low-income citizens. Today, the vision driving that goal becomes a reality as they begin digging to start the 15th house. 11 new homeowners have already moved in, and the other 4 will follow shortly.
It just gives you a great feeling of pride, especially because, to me, this is a true community project. We partnered with the City of Hazard to build this new subdivision. I think it's the first one in close to 50 years that's within the city limits.
14 houses have gone up in 1 year, and the fast-paced work is expected to continue for this last house, hoping to have it up by the end of summer. The crew tells me the entire project should be complete by the end of the year, and they're hoping to hold a celebration in the fall to celebrate the new homes. In Hazard, Jade Saylor, WIMT Mountain News.
Housing Development Alliance workers plan to continue projects like this in the future in other counties with the help of more donors and volunteers. Coming up on First at 4, Dungeons & Dragons just had its biggest year ever. How dungeon masters across the country are playing it up.
And showers and storms continue to push through the mountains, not just today, but into tomorrow as well. The details on our Severe Weather Alert Day coming up.
WIMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WIMT News